is you have to understand what a slippery slope is to allow this word under any circumstances. There are no circumstances under which this word or any word like it can be said.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Get that out of here.
Quentin Tarantino unleashes yet another revenge fantasy flick.
They ain't never seen no horse before.
You and your come out right now with your hands over your head.
It's one of my favorite films of the year. I would recommend anyone go see it. It's very funny.
We're gonna whoop that lover to death. We gotta kill him over that hill and get that out from under that wagon. And get that lover out of the wagon.
And I really appreciate the way it so starkly deals with the issue of slavery.
Now move. You don't understand something about me.
And I think one of the things it captures best, in my opinion, is the very twisted, almost surreal relationships, interpersonal relationships that came out of this situation of having slave owners surrounded by so many.
For the right, you'd be willing to pay what some may consider is a ridiculous amount. The right. Unexceptional.
I thought that was fascinating. And even also casual interaction in the South, how that's handled. And I thought they did that really, really well.
You never know how these nicknames get started.
That's all right. A neophyte in the fight.
Like Hercules, isn't that clever?
More like
No, I'm not saying Eskimo Joe is the wrong per se.
Very nice. I think, for instance, Christoph Waltz really can handle, I think, Tarantino's flowery dialogue.
One of your gal.
Really a great movie. Loved it. I really enjoyed it. And I'm excited to see where Tarantino takes this genre next.
The in the stable has a letter from Abraham Lincoln.
Nerderotic.com.
You've had a fun day on Twitter. You found out during the real BPC.
Dude. Oh my God. What has been going on today outside of all this has been, I hope it's been eye-opening for a lot of people. That virtue signaling is not something they really care about. Virtue signaling is simply so they can basically jerk each other off at the cocktail parties after they have all their gay sex with a bunch of cocaine, and then talk about how good they are, because that's exactly what happened after the BAFTAs. And then there's Grace. There's
Dude,
Grace.
She is in so deep on this right now that I can't believe it. I can't believe how she is. Did you watch any of her stream earlier? Either one of you?
I watched it. Yeah. Whew. I mean, I watched it till she stopped talking about this, but yeah.
Yeah. Whew. And it's just getting worse and worse. Did you see where I pointed out that account that she claims was a Nerdotic fan he was actually following her, and nobody even remotely connected to the Fellowship or the 199. This guy's not following anybody, but he's following Grace.
She's the argument that she's shifted to now, after she tried to basically get this guy canceled and say that this guy's a racist and his threats just allowed him to say it. After that, the thing that she's shifted to is that people are using that event as a way for racists to say that the N-word is acceptable to yell at black people. That's her entire argument.
Yeah.
Which I think kind of falls apart.
So just a quick recap for people that may not have any clue. Grace Randolph is a movie commentator. She's left-leaning for sure. And today she has been virtue signaling off of this BAFTA N-word controversy that's going on. And I think that Gary had a clip that was put up on Nerdotic Daily, and the thumbnail. Did you see my thumbnail about you?
Yes, I did.
So Krista put you in the Burger King hat on daily on GNG2 and GNG1. But so yeah,
did you see my thumbnail?
No, I didn't see yours about it. Pull it up.
Let's see it.
So mine was a little more simple, to be honest, and direct to the point.
That's good.
I personally thought this one was a little bit better.
Ryan, I'm telling you, just add the Burger King hat to him. Add the Burger King crown. It's perfect.
I didn't even think about it, but it's just like, I don't know. It's just like their faces, him just really happy. I thought it was clever.
It's people who annoy you.
Yeah.
Holy Holy shit. Anyway, so Grace, she's been around for a long time. She's part of the old guard of the entertainment movie people. I think she worked for Marvel a long time ago, right, Gary?
She did. The Watchers show.
So today she quote tweets Gary's tweet about his video, and she just goes off about toxic channels are now co-opting this, Davidson situation. And then she retweeted a clear bot account, and she accused that account, because he said something racist, she accused that account of, this is Nerdrotic's entire fan base right here. This represents all of them. So then I looked at it and I'm like, he's not following Gary or anybody connected to Gary, but he's following you. And then the account unfollowed her. And so my thought on it was that she probably blocked him, or, soft blocked him or something like that. But it's just a disaster. She's getting crushed. So on top of that, she is quadrupling down on this. She is not backing off at all. No. She's making it much worse.
She has tried to reframe some of her arguments or whatever, but she's so deep in it that it's just what it is. But to put it in perspective, she went from completely shitting all over the guy, right?
Yep.
Initially, because I actually want to go show this. God, it was a long. Here it is. So let me share this tab instead. Remove yours. Here we go. So this was the first thing. This is the first thing she said. Tourette's means no filter, which means this man thought it. Despicable. The BAFTA's out here making fools of themselves and the entertainment industry. That's not how Tourette's works. Nope. He didn't see them and be like, wow, I really, I wish I could call them the N-word and I can't control it, so I did.
That's insane.
The way Tourette's works for most people, not even most people that have Tourette's don't have the corporalia where you shout things out. That's 10% of people that have that. And it's the most extreme situations that is Tourette's as we think of it, where people just are screaming obscenities or things like that and have no control. What often happens in those times for people is they're not saying what they think. What's happening, especially in stressful situations or under a lot of pressure, they say the most taboo thing that they could say, whether that's in an airport or in front of the police and screaming that you have a bomb, because that's about the worst possible thing you could do in a scenario like that when you're confronted by the police. Or when you go see the Queen of England and you say, fuck the Queen. That's what happens. So probably the worst possible thing, the most taboo thing you could say with two black men on stage would be to scream the N-word. And that's what happened. And it shifted from this to after she got destroyed in the comment section, she said, okay, let's settle it. Let me put up a poll on how we should segregate disabled people. Should they be allowed to come to the show? Should they just be allowed to be the red carpet? Or should we put them in a separate room altogether? This was her next step, to put up a poll as to, come on, people, tell us how we should segregate people.
Hear me out, Ryan. Segregate woke white women.
Yes.
Can we add that to the poll?
100%. Because that would have won. That would have won.
I mean, look, I retweeted that black doctor who got all upset about this, who also said we should segregate people. And I mean, my response was, look, if you're suggesting that a lot of us in society, if enough of us think this way, then maybe we should segregate people with poor impulse control for our own comfort and safety. I'm willing to listen to your arguments. I think it might have been done before, but I'm always ready for version 2.0.
You have my attention.
Yeah. I'm ready for version 2.0.
She knows she's wrong, right? And then she started backing. If you go to the original tweet, Ryan, look at her first response to her own tweet. That's not it. The one I saw was basically she's backing off it. And she goes, no matter how Tourette's works, whatever, that the Baptist subjected Mike, that was it. You had it.
Yeah.
So no matter how Tourette's works, that the Baptist subjected Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo to this is outrageous and shameful. It's like, oh yeah, no matter how it works, whatever.
Good Lord, man. This is unbelievable.
But the entire thing started because of Hollywood's obsession with acceptance and with uplifting marginalized voices. And the reason he was there was not just because they decided to have a guy with Tourette's in the crowd just in case he said something funny. The reason he was there is because his life has been hell. He has a severe case of Tourette's. To the point where he's had the shit beaten out of him before because of things he said in the street to random people. His life was fucking hell. I don't think he was able to go to school. He got locked in closets, like as punishment because he couldn't control all of these things. His life is hell. They made a movie about his life called I Swear. And that movie has received a lot of praise from the people in the industry. In fact, the person who plays him, Robert Aramayo, won the award for Best Actor over a bunch of people who have won a lot of awards.
And I promise not to use any of those clips in my next Rings of Power review, Ryan.
Exactly.
So let me read the bottom part because, he plays Elrond, by the way, in Rings of Power, if you didn't know. The bottom part, she says, this is handled so poorly. Footage is forever. And also, this man, Davison, will have to deal with the horrible fallout as well. You just said he meant to be racist in your previous post, Grace.
And that's the irony. The reason he's there is for acknowledgement and understanding and
acceptance.
Hey, let's look at all this person's been through. That's what this movie is. That's what we're celebrating. And he was there and celebrated for that. They told everybody that somebody with Tourette's was there. They let everybody know. And for Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo, that's a tough situation to be in.
Sure. They don't know
to
where
be
it's
up there
coming from.
presenting. Somebody screams the N-word and you just have to be like, okay, and keep going and stay professional. And they did. I think they handled it professionally on stage. That's not an easy thing. And I don't think that anyone is saying, yeah, they should be subject to these things and they should be forced to go up there and have people scream insults at them. That's not what happened.
You know what I just thought?
What?
This guy is getting more backlash for having Tourette's than Will Smith got for slapping Chris Rock.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's the world we're living in. Will Smith made a decision to get up and slap Chris Rock in front of the world, and he got less backlash than a guy with Tourette's that they invited in because he had Tourette's so that they could accept him and show the world that we have to accept him. He's had a tough road. And then he does the very thing that they invite him there for them to celebrate and accept it. And now he's being canceled.
So the tolerant left are now wanting to segregate this guy, wanting him to apologize for his disability. Like everything they claim to be for, they are demanding this guy does now. And his life is going to be hell because of fucking retards on Twitter, like retards like Grace. Thank God woke white women are here to speak for black people. It's okay, black people. Everything's going to be all right. Grace is here to speak for you.
Oh, she said it. She, like, in her stream, she said at one point during her stream, because I was in and out on it, but she said, I really she goes, I would hope that the black community would stand up against this if someone said, another racial remark against another group. And I'm just like, you are stepping so far into this now. Like now she's like, I would hope black people would stand against this. Like, dude.
During her stream, she tried to imply that the only time he has these outbursts are against marginalized people. Are against women or people of color because the children's movie that got presented was accepted by Asian people. This is it, despite the 10 other outbursts during the night. This is what Grace went on there to say. And the idea that word is so powerful and has done so much damage. I don't think there's any situation ever where it should ever be uttered.
Except for rap.
Bitch, you have listened to rap in your life. I guarantee you Grace Randolph's got fucking dick down with some rap playing in the back. I guarantee it. Look at the way her fucking hair is before every stream. There ain't no way she hasn't. Okay? So are you going to call on the word is so harmful and terrible. You must be calling on the black community. You must be shaming the black community for their use of that word just as much as you're shaming a dude with Tourette's. This is quite literally the only time where even if you feel the way you feel about that, this is the only time there is an excuse for that word. If I had stood up in the middle of the BAFTAs and screamed the N-word, I bet there's a lot of people in the chat that would think it was funny. But the vast majority of people would probably say, hey, that's not okay. This is not the situation. This dude literally can't help what he's saying.
He can't help it. He doesn't know it at the time, what's coming out of his mouth and when it hits his head. This is the time you should show grace. This is the time you should show empathy. And maybe just laugh it off. Because as I said earlier today, that word has power because people give the word power.
Yeah.
Period. End of story. They make it powerful. Then they make it taboo. And she was talking about later, it needs to be stricken from everyone. It's like, oh boy, you just guarantee. And you said it best, Brian, on Night of the Seven Kingdoms stream. We were talking about this. You said, what's going to make things worse for the community? You know what makes things worse for every community? When you coercion, when you start compelling people, when your reaction is so illogical, irrational, and just plain stupid that you get people angry like this. People should be angry that this poor guy now, he's fucked for a long time. He's going to have to go into hiding. I think they forced an apology out of him. Mm-hmm. He shouldn't apologize to anybody. He has no reason to apologize to anybody.
He in the recent interview that dropped from him, he tried to go and explain everything that happened throughout the whole thing. He did say that he reached out to the studio just to, apologize to the people that were on stage when that happened. But my exact words, Gary, in that stream, I think were, a dude with Tourette's screaming the N-word is not going to make anyone racist. It's not going to increase the amount of racism in the world. You know what will make people racist? When you see black people melting the fuck down over this. When you see black people pretending as if this dude can control what he says and he really thought it and he's just a vile racist and he needs to be canceled. When you see black people calling for the segregation of people with disabilities, that will make more people racist. So congratulations. Once again, you've done it to yourselves.
Nerderotic.com. Please subscribe.